Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In this video we'll be using Feraligatr and Zapdos in the rain to do some big damage. Let's get into it. I start with the Pelipper to get the rain going, and then switch the Hydrapple into the Goodra to tank the Hurricane. I then overestimate Pelipper's bulk as I fall to one Draco Meteor. But with the special attack lower, this leaves me with the perfect opportunity to go into my setup sweeper, the Feraligatr. He sees this coming and switches back into the Hydrapple as I go for the Dragon Dance. Able to outspeed, I go for the Ice Punch, take him out in one shot. One dance, and the Gator is ready to go. He then goes into the Masquerada, but the Gator doesn't care. Goes for the Ice Punch, takes him out in one shot. His next Pokemon is in the Armor Rouge. Again, able to outspeed, go for the Liquidation, take him out in one shot. He then switches into the Incineroar, gets that Intimidate going, goes for the Fake Out trying to slow down the Gator, but you'll soon see that does not matter. The next turn I'm able to outspeed, go for the Liquidation, take him out even with the Intimidate. The rain finally goes away and he goes into the shiny Goodra. I go for the Ice Punch, take him out also. Even without the rain, the Gator can still do damage. He goes into his last Pokemon, the King Gambit, goes for the Sucker Punch, I'm able to hold on, go for the Liquidation, do about half. Anticipating another Sucker Punch, I then switch into the Manaphy. I get that right. Outspeed, go for the Surf, he just hangs on. Goes for the Swords Dance, gets that boost. Goes for a Sucker Punch, takes me out in one shot. I then switch into my King Gambit, get the Overlord boost. He goes for the Sucker Punch, does that big damage. Able to go for the Iron Head, take him out. Good game. Alrighty, let's get into game number 2. I start with the Pelipper, they start with the Dusknoir. I get the rain going, they look at my Damp Rock. On the first turn, I go for the U-turn, do barely any damage, but pivot into the Feraligatr. He goes for the Substitute, sets up the Beanbag. Not too sure what he's going to do, I go for the safe play, go for the Crunch, break the sub. He ends up going for the Curse, putting my Feraligatr on a timer. My Feraligatr starts slowly losing that health. He goes for the Protect, just trying to stall me out. I go for the Crunch, do absolutely nothing. My Feraligatr continues to lose its health. He decides to switch into the Toxapex. I go for another Crunch, do some good damage, but not enough to break the Toxapex. My Feraligator's got about one turn, that's why I switch into my Zapdos. He goes for the Recover, gets all of his health back. Predicting the Electric move, my opponent then switches into his Flygon. I go for the Thunder, do absolutely nothing. My opponent makes a very aggressive play, goes for the Terra Steel Dragon Dance, gets those boosts. I go for the Hurricane, do some good damage, but not enough to break the Flygon. Now with the boost, he's able to connect with the Sun, do that big damage when Zapdos hangs on, goes for the Thunder, takes out the Flygon. The rain goes away, so now my Thunders are on 100%, but that doesn't matter. He goes into the Tropius, I go for the Volt Switch, do some good damage, and use it to pivot back into the Pelipper and get the rain up again. Thankfully on the way in, Pelipper is able to avoid that Leech Seed, but unfortunately the Tropius is able to set up a Substitute. I go for the Hurricane, break the sub. He then goes for the Synthesis, gets a little bit of his health back. I go for the Hurricane, take out the Tropius. His next Pokemon is then the Spidops. I'm able to outspeed, go for the Hurricane, knock him all the way down to the Sash. He sets up some Toxic Spikes. Pelipper then goes for the U-turn, takes out the Spidops and uses it to pivot back into the Zapdos. I get some lefties back, and now it's time to spam Thunder and Hurricane. He goes into the Fortress. I go for the Thunder, do that big damage. He sets up some more Toxic Spikes. Zapdos is loving the rain, fires off another Thunder, takes out the Fortress. Zapdos' special attack is no joke. He then goes into the Toxapex, goes for the Baneful Bunker, protects himself from the Thunder, and stalls out that last rain turn. Wanting to get the rain back up, I go for the Volt Switch, do that big damage, and use it to switch back into the Pelipper, get the rain going up one more time, and he fires off the Toxic, giving me that bad poison. Trying to stall out just a little bit longer, he goes for one more Baneful Bunker. I go for the U-turn, does absolutely nothing. Not wanting to even chance to protect, I just hard switch into the Zapdos. He goes for the Recover, gets almost all of his health back. And now Zapdos is ready to clean it up. I go for the Thunder, take out the Toxapex in one shot. My opponent then forfeits. Good game. Alrighty, and that's the video. Please let me know what you guys think down below and stay tuned for future content. Peace.